Hello everyone. So in today's session, we are going to create a voice control car. So as you can see on my right hand side, so this is our normal DIY car in which we have connected the motors, the four motors that we have connected. Apart from that, we have no connection done with our Arduino or our motor driver. So let's start by making the connection. So this is our motor driver, that is our L298N. Here in the background, you can see it. So here you can, if you see that these pins are our power pins. If you see from the backend side, you can see that we have a pins like plug positive 5 volt, ground and 12 volt. These are the three pins that we have. Apart from that, these two sections are for your motors. Like this is one pin and this is another. Same for our left hand side, we have this section. So this will be connected to our this blue color port, and the output of this port will be come from these pins or these male headers. So we have here four male headers that will be connected to our Arduino Uno, which we can control writing the code in our sketch file. Here we have used a Bluetooth device to communicate it using our smartphone. As it is a voice control car, so it will be the communication will be our using the Bluetooth, but the instruction are fed using our voice command. So let's start by connecting our motors. So we need a screwdriver. Let's connect the motors first. Similarly, we have to do for the left hand side also. So here you can see that we have connected the connection with our motor driver. Now let's start by providing the power supply. So we are going to connect this our Arduino Uno here. We're gonna need some jumper wires. So let's say we are gonna connect the positive 12 volt and the ground pin. So let's so here my this black color wire is our 12 volt. So I will be connecting it in our VN pin of my Arduino and the ground with my ground. So like that I can power it up my motor driver. So let's check it using a power supply, providing the power supply. So as I can see, as I power supply my Arduino, the motor drivers here the red LED is also lit up. Means it is getting the power. For example, if I remove my wire, here you can see it's not lighting up. So these two pins are for powering it up. Okay. Now, apart from that, let's say what we are going to this output pins. We are also going to use these output pins to connect with our Arduino. Here we are going to need some male to female jumper wires. So let's use four of them. Now let's start by connecting them in our pins, let's say 3, 4, 5 and 6. 4, 5 and 6. So these are the pins that we have used to connect our output pins of our motor driver or our motors with our Arduino. Now the part that is left is our Bluetooth module. So in the Bluetooth module we have 6 pins. We are going to connect only the middle 4 pins. So we again need 4 more jumper wires. That will be our male to female. Like this. Now it has a positive pin and a negative pin, that is your ground. So VCC is will be 5 volt. So 5 volt, and then the ground with the ground. Now, apart from that, we have 2 pins, that is your RX and TX. So here if I see the RX is your this black color wire. So what I'm going to use here, we are going to use the software serial library. So by that I can use any pins apart from 0 and 1. So the pins that I'm going to use is my 10 and 11. So let's connect with that pin. So here you can see we have easily connected our Bluetooth module. So these are my connection: Bluetooth module, output of our motor driver, our motor. Now here I can also use this battery box. In battery box here you can see we have 2 pins, that is your red and this black, that is your positive and negative. So I can easily connect these 2 pins with my this motor driver here. The red will be your to the VIN pin, that is to this positive one or first pin, and the black will be to the ground. Or I can power it up in our Arduino also. I can provide it in the VIN pin, ground with the ground. So we can also use this section also, or we can use an external battery like this also. Right. So let's let it up and let's see that if our Bluetooth module is turning on or not. Okay. So here you can see that our Bluetooth module is blinking. That means it has turned on. Okay. Now let's write some code in our code section. Okay. So this is my coding area. Now in that, as I've told you that we are going to use software serial library. So we have to include it. So you have to write hashtag include. Now inside that we have to write the library name, that is your software serial. Software serial dot h. Dot h states that library. Now apart from that, let's define the pins that we have used, that is your 10 and 11 number pin. So we have to write, or we have to give a software serial a name. So we are going to write, oops, let's say BT. BT is for Bluetooth, and use parenthesis and write the pins, that is your RX and TX pin, that is your 10 and 11 number pin that we are going to use. Now in the setup, what we are going to do, we are going to initiate our this Bluetooth module as well as our serial monitor. So bt.begin for Bluetooth module, and inside of that we have to provide the baud rate, let's say 9600. Apart from that, let's say serial monitor also, serial.begin 9600. So these are the 2 serial monitor pins that we have used. Apart from that, we have also these 4 pins that of our motor. So let's initiate of them also. So it is your pin mode. Write the pins, that is your 3, output. Similarly, we have 3 more pins. So let's copy them. 4, 5 and 6. So these are the output pins that we have used. Now in the loop, what we are going to do, let's start by fetching that what are the values that we say or that we speak are fetched using our Bluetooth module. Okay, so let's use a while condition. So let's say while our Bluetooth module is available. So we have to write bt dot available. Now after available we have to use parenthesis because it is a function. So while the Bluetooth module is available to take the data, that's what this module is available to take the data. What we are going to do, we are going to store the data in a variable. So let's say we use a character, let's say C, in which we are going to use the or save the data. So we got read. By reading it, so the character C will store the data, and what we are going to do, we are going to increment the value in it by using an additional variable. So let's define an additional variable in it because it is a bit by bit operation, that's why. So let's say we define it at the top. It is a string because it is actually the word, that's why I'm saying forward. So forward will be a string, but it is including some character, that's for. So this character C is your the character for, like that, and the forward is the string. So let's say it is the voice, or we can write it as read voice. So this is the name of my variable. Now what I have to do, I have to increment the value in the read voice every time I say it. So it will be read voice plus equals to, now I have to increment it and the value is C, so that every time I say something it will add it. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to just simply um, let's create this extra space. Okay. After receiving that or after getting the value, just print them in the serial monitor. Okay, so let's apply a if condition that if I get some value, so if the length of my this voice or read voice is greater than 0. Okay, so this voice length dot length, sorry, if the value means I am getting something. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to just serial print them, and the value that I want to print is the your read voice. So let's try this one, and then after we fetch the values, we will see how to use them in our code. Let's start by compiling it. Let's see if we are having an error or not. Okay, we got an error. Okay, oops, the S is capital. Let's again verify it. Okay, now we don't have any error. Now let's upload the code. Connecting the uploading cable. Okay, so the code has been uploaded successfully. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to use the smartphone and give it some value. So what you have to do, just open your smartphone and open the Play Store, and in the Play Store just search for Arduino Meet. Okay. So here the first application that you can see, like this one. Okay. Let me focus it a little bit. Okay. So now here if you see that this is the first link that we have, BT voice control. So just open that this app. So I have already installed it. So what you have to do, you have to just install the app. Let's open it. After installing it, the interface will be look like this. Just go to this connect option. Before that, go to your Bluetooth settings and pair the device. So just click on pair new device, and after that the name of this Bluetooth device, that HC05, here you can see HC05, this will be appear. So just click on it. The password will be 1234. This is the password 1234, and just okay it. Okay, so as it has been paired, now what we have to do, we have to just open the app. Here we have to connect to the connect bot. These are the ports or the paired devices that we have. Now connect to the SC05. Before connecting it, you can see that the blinking rate is very fast. Let's connect on it. SC05. Okay. After connecting it, you can see that the blinking rate has been reduced. Okay. So let me turn on the serial monitor also, so that we can easily see it. Okay. So here you can see we have a COM port here. Now let's try to say something. Forward. So here you can see in our COM port we have a text written as forward, but before a forward we have a star, and after that we have a hash. Backward, you can see the another text has been also appear, but if you see carefully that the text that are appearing are like one after another. And one more thing, that when I say forward, it is like giving the value again and again, but I have said it only a single time. So these are the two things that we have to notice. Now let's try to solve them each one by one. So let me hide this COM port and let's go to our code. So after serial printing the value, what we have to do, we have to make this variable empty, that is like this. So let me upload the code. Okay, and let's turn on the serial comfort also. Okay, it is just a previous value. Let me refresh it or clear the output. Okay, now let's try to say it again. Forward. Okay, so here you can see these are the words that we are saying are line by line, like one word at a time. Okay, now apart from that, what we have to do, we have to provide it some delay before we receive the values. So how we will do it? So here this line 17, we are getting the value. So after that, let's provide some delay. Let's have 10 millisecond. Store the code. Let's try to run it again. Let me show you the comport also. Forward. Okay, here you can see we have a single text and it is not repeating itself again and again. Let's try say another word. Backward. Here you can see, and it is in the next line and it is not repeating. Stop. Here you can see Now let's try to do this in our coding. Let me hide the compo. Let me also set the focusing because we are done with our mobile. Uh, Now in our coding, okay. Here before emptying the text, what we are going to do? Let's give it some room. Okay. Here we are going to use some if else condition. That is, if the read voice value, that is read voice value is equals to, let's I have said forward, so it will be starting by star and then forward and ending with hash. Then what I have to do, I have to move my this bot forward. So for moving it, we have these 4 pins that is connected to 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to use these 4 pins to move my bot. Okay. So we are going to use simple digital write to move it. So let's write the code for them. Digital write. Then we have the pins like 3. Let's say it is high. We have to do a similar case for the rest of them by changing the pins. Let's say it is low. In motor, one pin will be high and another one will be low. 6. So these are my command for moving my bot forward. Okay. Let's try to do it. And after sending this bot, let's provide also a delay of some time so that it fetches the value easily. Let's say 100 millisecond. Let's upload the code. Okay, so the code has been uploaded. Let me turn on the serial COM port also. This is my serial COM port. Now, okay, here you can see that my Bluetooth is blinking, means it is not connected. Okay, so what if I say something right now? Let's say forward. Nothing has been shown in my serial monitor because my Bluetooth is disconnected. So first I have to click on this three dot, connect robot SC05. So here if you see carefully, it is connecting. Now it has been connected. Okay, and blinking rate has been slowed down. Here you can see. Now let me move my pod a little bit up so that it don't go far. You can easily see it. So just click on it and say forward. Forward. Okay. So the text has been shown there, but my bot is not moving. So it is because we have used the BO motor and we are providing a power supply using my USB port. Okay. So what I have to do? I have to connect this battery section, or I can connect an additional power source. So if I connect it, let me grab it, pull it up. Here you can see my bot is moving. Okay. Let's try to restart. Now it is not moving. Now let's use my mobile. So let me place it here. Forward. Here you can see when it's getting the command, it is moving forward. Okay. Now let's stop it again and let's write the rest of the code for moving our bot backward, left turn, right turn, and to stop them. These are the 5 cases that we are going to move. That is forward, backward, left, right, and to stop. So let me write the code of each of them. So I have to do the similar case. So let me just the code. Okay. So here, if you see it carefully, so this is my forward. Similarly, I have done an else if condition and written the code for my backward, and just changing the value of my pin. In place of high, that is low, and in place of low, that is high, because it will be just opposite. In leftward, I have to move one motor forward and another one backward. So let's say this is my motor, so it will be like backward and it will be forward, like that. And in my right turn, it will be just opposite. And when we are stopping the motor, like here, you see, when we are stopping it, all the pins are low, means we are not giving any potential difference, so the board will not move at all. Let me reduce this extra space. Control T. Okay, let's upload the code. So this is my code. Let's upload it. Okay, so the code has been uploaded. Let's connect an additional power supply. So let me connect it at the bottom and let me remove this wire because the work of it has been done. We have uploaded the code. Okay, so like this, I can provide a power supply. Okay, now the Bluetooth hasn't connected. So let's try to connect them. Okay. So here you can see that the blinking rate has been reduced. So the Bluetooth has been connected with my mobile. Okay, let's move my motor. So let's say forward. Here you can see it is moving forward. If I drop it here, here you can see it is moving forward. Okay. Let's say I want to make it go backward. Backward. Here you can see if I raise it here. Okay. Now let's that use the turn. Left turn. Left. Okay. So the Bluetooth has been disconnected. So we have to connect the Bluetooth. Okay. So Bluetooth has been connected. Left. So here you can see it is moving in leftward direction like this. And if I right, it will be opposite. So let's see the right. Here you can see. Now let us stop it. Stop. Here you can see that our bot has been stopped. So like this we can control a four-wheel drive or a remote control car using voice command also. So these are the just a simple code which we can use and provide with our bot to work it in a, like we can control it using our voice command. Now instead of this power supply, we can also provide this kind of power supply in it. So that's it for today's session.